Hi everyone, we are back doing another video. Hopefully this one goes better than the first. But quick recap on that. I'm Dave. Uh, I have been a West Ham fan for about 8 years now, I think. This is Damien, and you've been a fan of who for how long?
That would be Liverpool,
Mm.
and for my entire life, roughly
Yeah,
30 years.
so that's a thing. But we're um, I'd like to think pretty big Premier League fans. I mean, obviously you're more of an expert than I am. I just enjoy watching it more. You actually like know a lot more about everything.
I wish I
Um,
could be more unbiased and enjoy the league as a whole instead of the constant heart attack issues from anyone watching the Premier League will know Liverpool cause stress.
yes, I mean there is always that, but I thought of something fun that we could do with it, and so we're gonna do a quick recap since our first video had such terrible audio issues. So here's the deal. Since we're both fans and we both are fans of trading cards as well, we got these Panini Adrenaline XL um, packs of trading cards. So they have the current Premier League's teams in them. And what we're going to do is every week open a couple packs, see what players we get, and try to field a team of 11. And if we end up doing that, that is the team that we are going to support for the following weekend. The part of it being that it's not just any 11, there has to be a keeper on the team and no duplicate players. Um, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. There are some different cards that we can get in these packs, so some players we can get more than others, but we're just going to go with who we get. Now, if a team doesn't get chosen, whatever players we pull will just sit there for the next week until we get a team. If we end up drawing enough players for two teams, we will support both. And if we don't pull enough, we'll just support our own teams as usual. And then next week, we will talk about the matches that happened of whoever we're supporting, open up the next couple of packs, and just keep going the rest of the season, see what we get. So in the first video, because we were so late in doing it with the start of the season, we ended up opening 16.
Yeah, I
Was
think
it?
we were 8 match weeks in. Yeah, so we
Yep.
did two
So
of
we ended up
each one.
opening, yeah, 16 packs. We got no full teams yet, but we are close. Currently, AFC Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest are in the lead at 8 players total, including the keepers. So we only need 3 other players to get there. Uh, like coming up from behind, like dead last, is currently Everton
Oh
with
no,
1 player and Fulham with 1 player. So nothing's going to be happening with those guys for a while. But
unless
you
we
know,
find all of them now.
yes, yeah, and if we do that, we did miss last week, so we are going to be opening up 4 packs today. But before we do that, we're going to do a little talk about our last matches. So if you want to go first with Liverpool, who'd you guys play again?
So we'll get to that. Just one quick thing I thought of. These packs came out before the transfer window closed.
Right.
So there are some players, no one comes to mind right now. They might be a different Premier League club. They could be in a foreign league now.
Well, in my case with West Ham, Kurt Zuma and Ward Prowse, for some reason I can't remember his first name.
Oh, James
Are
Ward-Prowse, right?
James Ward Prowse. Yeah, those two are on um, are part of like this pack series. So if we get them, they will just be staying with the West Ham side of the full team. Um,
James
because
Ward-Prowse is a good example because he plays for Nottingham Forest now.
yep,
So he is in the Premier League, but whatever emblem is on said card is where they will be for now.
yep. And after the next transfer window, the cards will get updated. Hopefully, will be correct. We won't have any like literal last minute transfers, but I mean it'll be the same rules later on as well, but with updated players once that comes out. But yeah, back into it with Liverpool's last match.
Last match with the mighty Arsenal was a interesting game, especially with the injuries. Before, I would have liked a win away at the Emirates,
Sure.
but coming from behind twice, drawing 2-2, goal in the 81st minute, can't be that salty about it. The only problem is we have now both allowed Man City to go back up.
I did see that. Yeah, that is not something many of us want, but it's what happened.
Trying to be unbiased, it's, most of us don't like Man City being around at this point just because it's boring.
Yeah, that's true.
Leicester miracles, stuff like that we'd like to see more often. I'd be fine if Arsenal beat us this season, because it would be somebody else.
Yep.
Obviously, I would prefer us to win, but
I mean, I'll take any team in red, preferably claret. But I mean, that's just me.
I mean, I didn't know you were into Aston Villa that much, or Burnley. Oh, sorry, Burnley. It's my dad's team. I'm allowed to say that. And Blue Perfect fans, which of course they are involved in Burnley, and I'm getting a little off topic with the Championship, but
yep, let's bring it back up to the Prem. We'll talk Championship
when West Ham are there.
Shut up. But moving on to the West Ham match, because that was one that was more interesting, because we did play Man United and we ended up winning 2-1, but not without controversy. Now, as just a general sports fan, I wouldn't have called that penalty on Ings.
What penalty?
The one that won us the game. Pay attention. Because, I mean, looking at what happened, especially watching the replay over and over and over again, there wasn't really a penalty there. At least not that I could see. It was just people playing the ball, stuff happened. Like, that's just me trying to watch, and the more I watch, the more I understand the game. But just normal watching, I didn't think a penalty was worth it. But as a West Ham fan, I will gladly take it 100% of the time.
As a Liverpool fan, I will also gladly take it.
I mean, I will take those all day. You so much as look in Ings' direction wrong, that's a penalty right there. Don't you do it.
And on a more serious note, it will get your manager fired.
Yes, which I find a little bit funny, because I'm pretty sure if we had lost that game, everyone would have been screaming for Julian to be fired.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much whoever loses this, it's new manager time.
Yeah.
Which Man United has been there for roughly 2 years, maybe 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clicking. They're 14th. Yes, 14th. Julian's been there, 6 months? And most of that was between the seasons. So he's had, 9 games in charge? We won't mention the Carabao.
Yep. Yeah, we won't mention that. That was a big learning curve. But we're moving on. Shut up. Stop.
Oh, did that sound like words or numbers? I apologize.
It did. So, moving on. I mean, we're looking forward to this next weekend. Hopefully things start moving in the right direction for both of us, but we're just going to have to kind of see what happens, and especially with us not having Kudus for 5 more matches, looks like. I'm just...
Probably the second best player on your team right now. Yeah,
it's going to be a struggle, but I'm excited to see what Somerville is going to be able to do, because they're going to have to play him more.
Scored the first goal against United.
Yeah. And he went absolutely nuts. I went absolutely nuts. It was a good time.
Which, talking of upcoming fixtures, with Nottingham Forest being close, they are playing... Who was it? Oh, West Ham United next.
Yeah!
So it'd be great to have our first complete team, but also maybe wait a week for Forest.
Well, and it's good you bring that up too, because if it does get in the case, so we're gonna open up the packs next, but gonna talk about this quick. If we do end up filling a team, that plays one of ours, we have to support the other team. There is no, oh yeah, I'm rooting for both to do well. Like, nope, your team has dropped down. You have to root for. So if we end up pulling the last 3 Nottingham players that we need for this, I will have to support Nottingham and not West Ham, which will be tough, but I can do it.
It's a sore subject for both of us. We've lost once to
Yep.
Nottingham Forest at home.
I don't want to talk about that.
Check
So
actually.
looking
See.
into week 11, crack into it. So bear with me while I change the camera angle, and we will see who we get.
While he's doing that, what I was just checking is you are playing away to Nottingham Forest, so it's not as bad if we pull those players.
Not as bad, but an away match for us is still bad.
I don't know. Jared Bowen only scores away.
Yeah, but he's the only one. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we got 4 packs to break into today to see if we can finish our Forest or Bournemouth teams. Let's dive right in.
Yeah, the other interesting thing, Bournemouth are playing Man City, so it'd be nice to root against Man City, but then...
we're always doing that anyways, but for the sake of this, yes, it would be like twice as nice.
All right, let's see. Look at this first one here. Let's see what we get. Oh, I'm seeing a Kudus straight off the bat. Is that? I think it is, yes. Do we have him already? I know we have 3 West Ham players?
Not even. We have 2. I think that's our 3rd.
Mr. Mohamed Kudus. So this is straight away an example of a player that no longer plays at Tottenham. I believe he moved... it slips my mind where Højlberg has gone. But again, the Spurs symbol on the card, so that's where he will be assigned.
It doesn't matter because he's a duplicate, so he won't count towards Tottenham's bench.
So Jeremy Doku of Man City we were talking about, and we brought up last time, they have the nice gold Premier League symbol for being the current champions. We have an Issoun Edouard, the French striker from Crystal Palace.
And we apologize to every player whose names we will butcher trying to pronounce.
We have Udigi from Spurs. Another Man City card, straight out the gate. The wonderful Bernardo Silva, great player. And the first special card of the video, a Precision Kieran Trippier, Newcastle captain. And a Magic Touch Brian Mbeumo, which, for those that are fans of the Premier League, a Magic Touch is very justified with the form that this guy's in. And there's a code card for those that are quick enough. That's pack 1.
But probably not, so I will end up using him. That highly depends on how many of you watch, which to any of you that do, thank you. For any of you that don't, come on.
Pack number 2. And a standard Kieran Trippier. I see something shiny in the background.
Spoilers.
Okay, it's the Newcastle captain. Oh, it's a Nottingham Forest player, but I believe we have Chris Wood already.
What? Nottingham, let me find my list. Why is my list? Wood, yep, that's a duplicate. So he will not count.
A Pablo Sarabia from Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm trying to get the light to show you a bit better. A Luungu from Ipswich Town. Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton, which I'd be very surprised if he's our Everton duplicate.
Nope.
A Marçal from Leicester. And an upside down Fire Semedo from AFC Bournemouth. Is Semedo a duplicate?
I don't know why I cannot read my list.
I believe he's a striker.
Yep, he is.
Is it a duplicate?
Yep, he is a
Alrighty.
duplicate. Sorry, Spain, you.
And a hypersonic Gabriel Martinelli.
Oh, dang. I mean,
Is it the hypersonics that there's a few of, or is that something else?
yeah, hypersonics, there's only a few in these.
It's a really trippy card to look at. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the fire and the precision and stuff. Those are the specialty cards there aren't very many of. Does give like a slight advantage to those players because that means that there are two of them, but so far it hasn't really helped them.
Dave was very true to his Dave Shiny Papers name in the first episode, as he did pull a golden ball of McAllister, which was very nice.
Yeah, and completely surprising. I did not expect us to get one.
We have an area from Bournemouth. A duplicate? Oh no, that's Brentford. My bad. My mistake. Call myself a fan. We do have Bournemouth now, a Ryan Christie. I think we have Christie.
Yep.
A Shevchenko from Arsenal. Ethan Pinnock of Brentford. Hey, Cody Gakpo of Liverpool. I know that's a guy we don't have yet. I'm pretty sure we don't. Scored twice for us last night against Brighton, and we play them again next.
Gakpo, yep. Gakpo's new.
Hey. Tomiyasu of Arsenal. A defensive hero, Anthony Robertson.
Nice.
A Mr. America. American from. Oh, and following up, we have the Fulham badge.
Which counts towards nothing. They're just nice to look at.
Which was it, Arsenal that you pulled the crystal emblem for?
Yep. Yeah, so for the sake of this, ended up getting a box which gives a guaranteed crystal badge, which, again, did not expect to get in the last video, and it was an Arsenal badge. Again, not the one I would have wanted, but I'll take it because it looks really cool.
Now, last pack of this video. Starting out with a player we both really like. It's a shame he's on the wrong team, because I would like to see Heung-min Son win a trophy, so he's going to need to move for that to happen. And Ibrahim Konate, one of our centre-backs. So of Bournemouth and Owatara, I believe we have already.
Yep.
Harry Wilson of Fulham. Ethan Pinnock from Brentford. A Sean Longstaff of Newcastle. A backwards card. An Arsenal midfielder. The midfield master, Mr. Declan Rice.
I will take it, and you're welcome, Arsenal.
Now, if only West Ham would spend the money they got for a Declan Rice.
We did. It's not going well.
And a defensive hero, Ensri Konsa, looks to be the last card of this video. One for the Aston Villa.
Was that our only Aston card for this?
For this video, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was a duplicate. So, with that...
So, you don't have to support Nottingham Forest, at least.
Nope, but I'm double checking who we got. Don't have... Nope. So, no new supporting done today. Fulham came up a couple more. Arsenal and the Brentford came up a couple more. Ones here and there, but we are still sitting high on Bournemouth and Nottingham, only needing a few players. Hopefully we'll see them next week, but for now, it's sticking with the standard Liverpool West Ham support. And we'll leave you guys with a little shiny end there on Robinson and Rice. enjoy the Premier League weekend, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully, if our time allows.